First, we have brand new music, hot off the presses, by a local composer, Karen Peace. Karen comes to composing a little later in her life, but there's a beautiful and authentic voice to what she does that makes us very excited to play her music. We premiered her Requiem back in the spring, and so it's wonderful to have an instrumental piece. Dawn and the Phoenix is really about renewal, which is how we think of tonight. The old legend of the phoenix deciding that it's time for change and setting its nest on fire and diving into it and emerging as something brand new. And it's a common legend in many cultures around the world, but unlike, for example, the Firebird legend, Stravinsky, grandeur at the end. Karen, I think very beautifully, opts for just peaceful soaring after the transformation. It's a beautiful piece.
second piece on the program is by a living composer. Isn't this wonderful? We started with a piece tonight by a composer who was then a living composer and was quickly forgotten. And I was saying, you know, it's sort of unfortunate that we don't pay more attention to living composers. Karen Peace lives right here in Colorado Springs. She's a wonderful composer. About a year ago, her study of the Requiem text, was it about a year ago?
Almost exactly.
Almost a year ago, was played by the Chamber Orchestra of the Springs in a wonderful concert. And tonight we're going to hear a piece that she wrote just for this concert, for the opening of the season. And it's really beautiful. The title of the piece is just Phoenix.
Dawn and the Phoenix. It went through some iterations before we get.
What I wanted to do was just play one or two little sections for you, and then she's going to tell you what really was the inspiration, what's going on in this piece. Do we have time to do one more? You know, maybe we don't. Maybe we should just talk.
Okay.
Or do you want to? Do you want people to hear the Phoenix part?
Yeah,
part?
just a little bit of that. That would be nice.
In the middle, there's a part.
Might come in kind of loud.
This will come. This is going to start right around in here. Let me introduce Karen Peace, who will talk to you a little bit about it.
Thank you. I could just listen to Michael talk about music all day. How much time do I have? I don't want to.
Oh boy,
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay, I'll do this fast. As fast as I can. A year ago, 2 years ago, I had a stroke. At that time, I couldn't even say my name. So if you see me struggling for a word and you know what I'm getting at, just yell out. Really, it'll help me out. My background, I was a software engineer, legally disabled, autoimmune and all kinds of fun things. I struggle with energy, but composing is wonderful because I can do it when I have the energy, at any time, in the middle of the night. But software engineering was my original. It's very similar. Software engineering, composing, I find very, very similar. It uses both sides of the brain. And I do not have a music degree. That and my strange fashion sense has risen a lot of very funny, I wish I had time, but some very funny anecdotes. I just make some quick notes. What composing equals intellect and passion, and you we're talking about, Michael, about the intellect part, and of course the passion. For me, both of those are very important. And composing is balancing risk-taking and control. Any art, look at the sonnets of Shakespeare, or if I'm trying to take a risk, I'm trying to say something new, which of course to me, that's the reason to try to write something. You have something to say, and hopefully in a way that's new and interesting to your audience. But the control part, I don't want to write something that's so new that there's not an iota in that piece that, and I'm gonna, okay, this is the stroke. I want to write something that has enough that people can relate to it, enough, and enough new, so that it is not just old hat. The other, I wrote, the other companion in the arts. Rilke, the German poet, a wonderful poet, and also other composers that I've talked to, living and maybe not, you know, that I'd read about. The other, the muse, divine inspiration, et cetera, you can call it what you will. But I also, and other composers, have talked about, oh, you're sitting there and, you know, you're very focused and there's somebody sitting right there with you. That's how you can call it, well, you can talk about psychology and say, well, it's the subconscious, the unconscious, or it's the divine inspiration, or it's mental illness, or, you know, take your pick, okay? But there is somebody there, we'll sit there and go, you know, right at that spot right there, you need the oboe to come in, not earlier or later, right there. And if you listen to that, it's a good thing. If you don't, it's not so. And that I've had many, many times I felt like that. And so my best work, I didn't write. That's how it feels to me. And I think many artists feel that. They come unbidden, as if somebody said, here, now you be my slave for a while. A willing, honored slave of that. And to me, that, at its best, music, that is what it is. Okay, 2 minutes? How am I doing?
Better try and make it one, because they want to get their seats. They want to get the seats.
Okay, the Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
I go, awesome. Well, let's just say it's a very personal icon for me. In my life, there was a time, can we show this?
You want me to grab it?
Thanks. This is a artwork which I never finished. No art is ever finished, right? You know this. It's just abandoned. This was a Phoenix, and I did it in a part of my life where within 6 months I lost my job, my spiritual teacher, my husband, my house, my land, and almost my life. And so the Phoenix for me, I am the Phoenix right now. It's very, very, see, I can't find the right word. I can feel it, but I can't.
Like a resurrection.
Yes, thank you. And I'm still resurrecting myself. I hope you like the piece. I think I've heard some of the rest of the concert. It's just going to be wonderful. And I left some stuff on the table. An Opera League thing that I did a presentation about composing, and I talked about more of what I've touched upon here, my cards, and also if you'd like to listen to the Requiem, it is on YouTube online, and it also tells you how to do that. So thank you, and I thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Karen.
Enjoy the concert.